Thank you, Arthel. And a big thank you to Chana and the entire Gala team for orchestrating this remarkable evening. I want to also offer a vote of thanks to my colleagues in the trenches, Ben, Barney, Shiri, Shirin, David, Benji, Ira, and Andy. Thank you also to our esteemed and visionary publisher, Simon Jacobson. And most importantly, to my dear wife, Mushka, for the central role that you have played in bringing tonight to fruition. A short while ago, I received a book in the mail. It was sent to me by a cousin, and it contained a compilation of letters translated from the original German and Yiddish that was sent by my great-grandparents to 4 of their children whom they had sent to England via the Kindertransport on the eve of the Holocaust. And as I worked my way through the hundreds of letters, what struck me the most was the pervasive sense of isolation, of aloneness, of voicelessness. In a letter dated July 9th, 1939, she wrote, "We are totally in despair. We are standing as if in the middle of the water. May God have mercy." A few months later, in a letter dated April 2nd, 1940, she wrote, "It is so hopeless here. Our traveling is constantly postponed. I can't bear to think what will become of us." My friends, we are gathered here tonight because we know that throughout our troubled history, there were times when there was little that our hounded ancestors would not have given just for the opportunity to be heard. And today we have the tools to reach millions with just the touch of a screen. And we are determined to seize the opportunity with both our hands so that never again will a persecuted people stand voiceless and alone in the face of tyranny and terror. My friends, my great-grandparents never survived the war. They fell victim to Nazi barbarism, and 4 of their children, Tully, Faye, Sarah, and my grandmother, Esty, grew up without parents in England. Last week, I posted an article on Facebook about a new rising threat facing the Jewish community in the UK, about a thoroughly bigoted demagogue named Jeremy Corbyn who stands just 1 election away of leading the country. And I noticed my great aunt Sarah posted a note underneath the article, and she wrote, "I really wish this gets cleared, the sooner the better. We had our share with Hitler." My friends, it is intolerable that within living memory of the Holocaust, a 90-year-old survivor should again see echoes of her past. My friends, it is intolerable that young students on college campuses around the United States and around the world should face discrimination, isolation, harassment, just because they are supporters of the one and only Jewish state. My friends, it is intolerable that the most prolific anti-Semite in America, Louis Farrakhan, should be granted a seat of prominence at one of the most high-profile funerals that our country has seen this year. My friends, it is intolerable that more than 20 years after the tragic bombing of the Amir Jewish Center in Argentina, the perpetrators have yet to be brought to justice. My friends, it is intolerable that the genocidal regime in Tehran continues to advance its efforts to encircle and threaten the Jewish state with untold harm. Yet, despite the challenges, despite the almost insurmountable odds that the truth faces in its daily battle to see the light of day, there is yet cause for optimism. And I'm optimistic because if one pays close attention to the story of Jewish history, one will notice that it is rare that our future has been secured by majorities, and so often it has been secured by the committed few. And this began with the Exodus from Egypt, where the commentaries on the Bible tell us that a small minority exited slavery in Egypt to head towards the Promised Land. It continued to the Second Temple era, when a small portion of Jewish exiles returned from Babylon with the prophets Ezra and Nehemiah to build and consecrate the Second Temple. In the story of Hanukkah that we all celebrate, the axis of Jewish history turned on the actions of just one family. And so it continued at the turn of the century with the movement for resettling our Jewish homeland, the Holy Land of Israel, and on with the struggle for Soviet Jewry, and on. My friends, I am optimistic and confident tonight because when I look around the room at everybody here, I know that the committed are more committed than ever before, and the few are making our voices heard ever louder and ever stronger. First among them are our dinner co-chairs this evening, the humanitarian Bernard-Henri Levy, and our great friends Neil and Sharon Book and Bob and Amy Book. Thank you. And our esteemed honorees tonight, join them, Mayor Barkat, Sharon Stone, and our dear friends Ricky and Monique Scherer. We are delighted to be recognizing your immense contributions to this effort tonight. It was Shimon Peres who once said, "We are only as great as the cause that we serve." From the bottom of our hearts, we say to each and every one of you in the room tonight, thank you for joining hands together with ours in service of this vital cause. Thank you.